attached to you, you know, misdemeanor or warrant, whatever, then, you know, with that also, and then you refusing to exit the coach, and you're holding our schedule up,
Can you stop?
You could be.
Can you stop recording shit? Stop recording shit.
Nah,
stop
I
recording
can't. I got it.
No, you're not.
How you doing, ma'am? You all right?
I'm recording stuff.
We in public, baby.
I'm not sure.
What's going on? How you doing? I don't know. What was the call about?
What's that?
I'm gonna wait for the inbound trade.
Okay, man. I'll see you.
Hey, officer, what was going? Hey, can I get?
Hold on, man. I gotta talk to you somebody.
Hey. Yeah. Are you videoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and take it over there? I'm trying to have a conversation real quick.
All right, I was just trying. Can I get your name and badge number real quick?
It's Woodard, 462, dude.
464. What you said? You know who I am?
Yes, I do.
What you know about me?
I know of you.
You know of me, but you don't know me personally. Well, let's start off on a good foot. My name is Noah, so I'll but you might know me through the report, but you have never met me. Like, it wasn't consensual how you met me. So now I'm introducing myself. So now you can say you met me, but before then you never met me.
The first time I met you, it was not it wasn't a good meet. So I don't.
Was that on 16th?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you was the one out chasing me. Oh yeah.
Now you remember. See? See, I remember. I don't forget.
You trying to get your views up?
Huh?
You trying to get your views up?
Y'all trying to get my views? No, I'm just I record all police. I don't give a fuck if it's cordial or not. They're getting recorded. I'm not fucking with him. How did I fuck with him? I just introduced myself to him. He said he already knew me. I'm not fucking with him. Got to. Got to. Man, this nigga blocking the whole window, bro. Can't even get a good shit out. Hey, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt your conversation. I just had a question real quick. Citizens do have the right to conceal their privacy, they person, correct? Like conceal their identity and shit, correct?
I don't understand.
I said citizens do have the right to conceal their identity, correct?
In what aspect? Yeah, you can. It depends on the situation. Everything's situational.
Everything's
You can't go in
situational.
a bank and conceal your
But like right now, I can have my mask on, everything, right?
There's nothing to keep. I mean, other than probably looking silly because it's kind of warm out.
He's screaming other than looking silly, but really it's just the fact. Really, it's just the fact that y'all seeing this. Most police would deem this suspicious and want to But it's not. What is suspicion? Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Suspicion is suspicion. Suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, so suspicion is not a crime or a probable cause for you to detain somebody and try to ID them, correct?
Well, depends on the circumstance. Everything's situational.
Me having this on right now.
No, everything is situational.
Okay, so I'm asking you, in a situation, me having this on, going, if I get on the train and then I get on the bus.
You want an example or you want to talk? So I'll give you an example of what you're trying to ask me.
Right.
If you had that on your face and you were standing outside a convenience store, yes, that would look suspicious, and I would probably detain you and probably want to find out why you weren't a mask in front of you.
You'll probably detain.
If you were doing that in front of a bank and you had that on, I would probably want to detain you and figure out why, because history tells us if somebody's wearing a mask outside of a bank, there's probably a good chance that they may be going to.
All right, now can I ask you? Because you said you said you would detain me, right? So for the record, to detain somebody, do you have to be able to articulate a reasonable suspicion of a crime? True or false?
Of course.
So me having this on, even though it looks suspicious, you would still detain me even though you couldn't articulate a reasonable suspicion I committed a crime?
Well, I would probably try to do a consensual contact, but if the suspicion is overwhelming enough, yes, I would probably.
If the suspicion is over.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Like if I do, like basically if you pulled up on me, I had the mask and I didn't want to talk, that would be suspicious enough?
No, you know what? This is what I can tell you. Everything is situational, okay? I can't give you 100%, like every situation may have small details that may alter whether or not someone feels you're able to detain them or you're just going to make a consensual contact. So it's situational. Okay?
It's situation, but did that sound right to you though?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It sound right to you?
Hey, I tell you what, I'll give you a good example. If someone was outside of your house, like you're inside your house, and someone came in or sitting right outside your front door and they put that mask on, would you not believe or think that somebody's probably going to come in your house?
Well, first of all, if they're on my property, that's that's trespassing, and that's not a public. For one, that's trespassing. For two, that's not a public place. Give me a public example.
Okay, I'll give you a public example. If you were outside, you were coming outside of a bank,
right?
And someone's standing outside of a door of a bank, and they put that over their face.
But is that private or public property?
It's public.
No, the bank that's private property.
Listen. I said outside of the bank.
You said at the door though. You said at the door. That's on their property. Say on the sidewalk. Give me a.
No, before you go into a bank, you're on public property. Like if you look at that bank behind it, look at the bank behind us.
Well, over there?
No, right behind us. There's a bank on the corner.
Right, Wells Fargo.
Now, if there's a sidewalk, right?
Right.
So if you came out of the bank
and was on the sidewalk,
and you as you were coming out of the bank, you saw a guy put that over his face, would you not think something suspicious?
It really depends.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends.
You got my whole point.
But look, it depends. Hold on. It depends if I would deem it suspicious.
Him on his own story?
Nah, but listen, you got me on the suspicious. Like you're right. It might seem suspicious, but at the same time, I wouldn't be able to arrest nobody or say, look, if you look like you're about to commit a crime, let me see who you are, what you're doing, and if you have a valid reason to be here.
Anything about arresting anybody?
That's what the detainment is, though, right? If it looks suspicious, you would detain them, right?
No. Okay, listen. First off, you need to understand the difference between detaining someone and a consensual contact. A detention is not arrest.
A detention is a form of arrest.
No.
You're holding them against their will. When you get arrested, can you move?
No. Listen. If someone tells me, hey, this guy just committed an assault.
Yeah, then you have the right to detain me. You have a call. You have an accuser.
Listen to the difference.
You have a suspect.
Listen to the difference of what I'm saying. Sometimes you'll talk and you're not really listening sometimes, okay? So I'm telling you, listen, just hold on. What I'm saying is, even though I didn't see something, or if I did see something, if I'm not even sure, but I have overwhelming reasons to believe that a crime was committed, then yes, I can detain that person and inform of while I'm investigating the crime, I can detain that person.
But that makes sense. If you have a call, somebody fit the description, shit like that.
Even if it's not a call.
Even if it's not a call, you could just.
Again, if I roll up.
Right.
If I roll up.
And I got the mask on, and I'm on the sidewalk.
If I roll up to a convenience store, I'll probably watch you. If I see you put on a mask or whatever, I'll probably watch. I wouldn't go detain you maybe right off the bat. But if you suddenly had that mask on and you walk into somebody's private property, I'm going to detain you on the likelihood that I think that you're probably trying to rob the place or you're trying to burglarize the place, because it doesn't make any sense. Now, what does make sense, if it's 200 degrees outside, hypothetically,
right,
and you put on a ski mask, yeah, that's overwhelming suspicion that maybe something is about to happen, because who in their right mind would wear a ski mask which is obviously worn for warm clothing, right?
Right.
And it's 200 degrees outside.
Okay,
so, yeah,
now you recognize this. So now you're paying attention to the signs and all that. So if somebody has a ski mask on and has a camera and a book in their hand, so you would look at all the aspects what the whole person has, because you made observation of the ski mask.
Look at the totality of what
exactly the totality.
So you can't ask me like a blanket question, because that blanket question may have different things, different details that change the narrative.
Okay.
So that's what makes sense.
Alright.
Nothing's always essentially black and white. There's always probably some gray.
Alright, well I just don't want my rights violated, and like you see, like basically from our first contact, that's happening a lot. Just like you was chasing me around the light rail because I was talking to bruh while you was giving him a ticket, and you said, you know what you told bruh, and it's still on the video. You said, oh, don't worry about him, his time's coming. I'm gonna jam him up next.
Okay.
And I didn't even commit a crime, so that's why I'm.
Did you get a ticket?
No, of course not. But you know why? Because I don't commit a crime.
Okay, so
I don't commit crimes. That's why.
So here's the deal. If you want to go back into that incident, since you're talking about it, what happened was you kind of poked your nose into somebody else's business that I was dealing with, and unfortunately, he did commit an infraction.
He did.
I cited him for the infraction.
He did.
And what was happening was you were borderlining on possibly getting yourself involved in the same situation. There is an arrestable offense for intervening with an officer.
Yeah, 148 Section A.
It doesn't necessarily have to be 148. There's other.
What other ones? What could you have charged me with?
I could have charged you. There's 640 codes that also, and there's SRT codes, which are now the codes that involve the light rail station.
Right.
Which means that if you're like in a non-paid, if you're in a paid fare zone,
right,
and you don't actually have your fare with you, then technically you're citable.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. That's the rules of the light rail.
So my point is,
but how is me talking while you're giving somebody a ticket? All right, let me hear this.
The way you were going about.
The way I was going, and how was that?
Were you being loud?
I was being loud. That's freedom of speech.
No.
It's no decimal. It's no voice decimal out here that says how loud you can be. So what else?
Listen.
What else?
If you want to know all the rules, I'll tell you all the rules.
Yeah, let me know.
There's a 640 code violation.
640.
That has to involve with you being loud and boisterous at the light rail station.
Loud and boisterous at the light rail.
There you go.
And what else?
I'm just telling you on things that you were bordering on. You didn't cross the line, which is why I did not cite you.
But you chased me.
I didn't chase you.
Bruh, look, check this out, bruh. My leg is broke, right?
You would have had that on camera if I did.
I did, but me hopping away from you, I deleted the video on accident, bro. I don't have to lie about nothing. I don't have to lie, bro. You told the dude you was gonna jam me up on camera. You said his time is coming because I was talking to him, asking him, did he get your name and badge number? And you talking about I'm yelling and this and that, bro.
I don't chase people. You look at my record. I don't chase anybody.
Right. So now I'm a liar too, right?
Did I call you a liar?
Now I'm a liar. Cause I'm saying you chased me. You saying you didn't chase me.
I'm doing everything that you really want me to do right now. You want me on film, and I'm giving you plenty of opportunity to catch me on film. I have nothing to hide. I have no reason to treat you other than any other citizen out here. But if you do something that borders on me citing you or anything of that nature, I'm gonna do it.
But what did you say when this conversation started? You said, yeah, I'm in a different space now, or I wasn't something back then, but I'm better now, or something like that, to that effect.
First off, you didn't even remember who I was until I reminded you of the
right.
incident. So what I'm telling you is, again, you came over, you shook my hand, I treated you like any other citizen. I shook your hand. And then I asked you if you remember me. And you're obviously in a different space than you were the last time I saw you. So if you act like a citizen, or you come up to me and talk to me like any other citizen, I would treat you just like any other citizen. But on that particular day, you were not doing that. I was handling something else. You involved yourself in it.
But if you remember, what happened was I had gave somebody a ticket on the train. The lady they called it in and said he gave somebody a ticket. You can't do that. That was the first dude you gave a ticket. That's the first dude you gave a ticket. And I was talking to him. Once you got done with him, I was smoking a cigarette. Somebody was sitting right on the he was sitting on this side. I was on the right opposite side. He hit the cigarette. You gave him a ticket. Why? Because you're doing your job. On top of that, I was just talking shit to you while you were giving somebody else a ticket.
And then what did I just say? If you're talking shit while I'm trying to do my job,
which is not a crime though. It's not a crime, bro. I have the freedom. Look, I have the God-given right to say what I want to say, bro. Right or wrong. Right or wrong though.
Okay, again, everything's situational.
Everything. So you tell what situation don't I have the right to say what I want to say in public at the light rail?
If I'm actually doing my job,
right?
You're intervening.
I'm not intervening though.
If your behavior is viewed.
I'm a grown man, bro. I can behave how I want to behave, bro. If I can have a mouth to talk, I can talk and say what the fuck I want to say, bro.
Consequences for that.
No, the fuck it's not, bro. If I'm not threatening you with violence, bro, it's not no crime, bro. You can violate me, and then we can take it to court. And most people don't have money to pay for a lawyer, so you're gonna get off.
So you want to hear what I gotta say?
What's up?
Okay. When I say that there are consequences, positive or negative, for things that you do or say, I'm not just talking about law enforcement. I'm saying just in general. If you walk down the street and you call somebody out their name, there could be a positive.
That's a citizen.
Well, listen.
That's a citizen who doesn't have the power to arrest me.
Listen.
That's a citizen who's not telling me, stay right here or I'm gonna jam you up.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, because it's a difference though. With them, these are regular citizens. I'm gonna have to deal with them like a man though. You're at work. You're a professional. So you don't get to act like the regular citizen. Are you a regular citizen or are you held to a higher standard?
I'll wait till you finish talking.
Yeah, because it's a difference though. But I'm not going to disrespect nobody like that because they're not arresting me. They're not putting guns on me, telling me to sit on the curb. You're able to do that.
If you want to hear what the rest I had to say,
yeah, go ahead.
Okay? When I say positive or negative and you're using the citizen reference, I'm saying overall, in general. It doesn't matter whether or not it's a citizen or not. I'm saying everything that we do, including myself, whatever I do, there could be a positive or negative consequence to what we do. So in other words, I'm saying, based on my job, if I see that you do something and it's not what you consider a violation, but technically it is a violation, just because you're not aware of it or you don't think that you crossed that border, I'm going to articulate it and say, hey, you know what? During the performance of me doing my job, Mr. Noah Diggs came over and intervened, or I wasn't able to have a conversation with the person that I'm citing because Noah is so loud and so trying to get into my, like I'll give you an example. When you just came up a little while ago, I was actually talking business with this young man before we started talking personally. But you were so overwhelmed with wanting me to come over and talk to you that you walked right up to me and wanted to ask this question, even though he politely said, hey man, we're gonna have like a little, we need to have a little conversation.
Right.
But you kind of like wanted to make sure that we heard you.
Right.
So you just totally dismissed the fact that he wanted to have this private conversation with me, and you decided your agenda was more important than what he had to say, which was business. That's technically. And you're right.
I did because I did pull up when y'all was talking. So yeah, you're right about that. So now, what I want to ask you to piggyback off what you just said. Okay. You said that if you were having a conversation with somebody and I was talking so loud to where you couldn't hear, right? Well, my thing would be, hey, if I'm in the public, just like if I get on the bus, I can't tell him, no, you can't sit next to me. This is a public area. You can sit where the hell ever is a seat at. You only can occupy one seat on the bus. If you're having a private conversation, don't you think you should have that in the private and not in the public? How can you be in the public area right here giving somebody a ticket or whatever and say, I'm being too loud for you? That's like saying the train is too loud for me. Are you going to stop the train? Or is she too loud on the phone? Are you going to go give her a ticket? But I'm too loud for you, so now you get to arrest me? But you're in the public trying to have a private conversation? Now, if it's a penal code or I violated something like that, it's a penal code associated with it. You'll be able to get me on that. Are you out of here?
Yeah. Just text me, okay?
All right.
I'll wait till you finish so I make sure I hear you. And then
if it's a penal code or a violation, you'll be able to charge me with that. If you're in public, how can you be trying to have a private conversation? If you're interviewing somebody or giving them a ticket, just like you can detain them, put them in your car and have a conversation. I can't come open your car door while you talking, but if you're outside, you can't tell me to be quiet because you can't hear. That's like saying I'm disturbed when I see the police, so I want to arrest y'all for disturbing the peace. No, it don't work like that, bruh.
So you want to hear my
yep.
side of it? Here's my side of it.
If I go over here, can I smoke a cigarette?
Yep.
Yeah, outside of the station, yeah.
Right across that red line.
So here's my take on that. If I'm actually arresting someone or I'm actually performing whatever my duty is at that moment, and you address me as I'm actually dealing with a situation, that is called interference. Okay.
If I address you, what do you mean by that?
In other words, if on that particular day, I'm just highlighting that particular day. If I'm giving someone a ticket, and as I'm giving a ticket, you're still trying to get my attention or address me, you're not just talking loud. That's something totally different.
Right.
There could be construction going on. I'm not going to go over to the construction crew and tell them, hey, I need you guys to stop doing your work so that I can talk to this person. That's highly unlikely, right? Right. But if I'm actually addressing you because you're addressing your attention to me, and I go, hey, Noah, do me a favor, man. I'm handling this. This is business. Is this something? I don't want you knowing everything there is to know about this guy because I'm asking him personal questions.
So why doesn't it make sense to have that conversation in private? Why the fuck would you be having a private conversation in public, bro? That don't make sense, bro. That don't make sense. I'm gonna be in a group of people talking about my social security number, but say I don't want none of y'all to listen to me. Y'all go over here because I don't want you to hear this. You're saying you're dealing with this person's personal information, but you're talking about it in public, not in private, where you have a car and a conveyance to do that, but you're gonna do it in public, then try to control the people around you. You're being too loud, or you're hearing his information. Get away from us. No, take your ass in the car and have that conversation. You can't control people in the public, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
No, you can't, bro. That's the problem, bro. You think that you have the right to do whatever you want to do, bro, and it don't go like that. You can do that because most people don't know the law, bro.
Everything is situational.
Right, everything's situational. And when you're dealing with public,
a crime could happen right here.
Right.
Are you telling me that I don't have the ability to make you stand way over there because I'm dealing with a crime?
Yeah, if y'all block it off, because do you know Supreme Court case law? It doesn't say any. It says verbally you cannot interfere. Do you know that Supreme Court case law? It says verbally you cannot interfere.
Please explain it.
Verbally you cannot interfere. Interference has to be like how you said. I came up to the car, was all in it. You feel me like that? Or I'm in your space where you have to literally turn and deal with me. You feel me? Not me being at a distance talking and that's interference because you can't hear. No, that's not how it go, bro.
Okay, and if that was the case.
That is the case.
Okay, and if that's the case, I'm saying you're right. Okay, if you're right, did I do anything to warrant?
No, but you can still be giving unlawful requests, which would put the fear in people. And somebody that don't know and not gonna go read.
It's not unlawful to say, hey man, I can't hear while I'm talking to someone. Or
get over there. No, I got the video. You said, hey man, get over there because I'm about to jam you up.
That's called being polite. It's called being respectful.
What?
If I'm talking to somebody and we're having a private, what's considered you can have a private chat amongst two people without somebody else coming in and standing right next
in public.
Yeah, you can have that. That's called personal space. If it's like harassment. Harassment, I don't have to touch you, but if I can make someone feel uncomfortable,
harassment is a continued course. Trust me, I got a law dictionary. I look up these words. When y'all give me tickets and shit, harassment is a continued course of action. Harassment is a continued course of action. I can't harass him the first time I see him. I have to see him more than one time for it to be harassment. So me standing close to somebody is not harassment.
That's not true, sir.
All right.
You can stay with somebody. If I'm walking on this platform, and you follow me on this platform, and I continue to walk throughout the neighborhood, and you follow me throughout the neighborhood, that doesn't mean you have to see me multiple times. That one incident can be viewed as harassment. If someone was following your daughter, if some male was following your daughter in public, and your daughter was feeling a little kind of like, a little weird about this guy following her, and I roll up on you, do you not think that if this guy's followed her for, say, 10 blocks, every little side street she took, he took, and he's just walking along with her, are you going to tell me that if she says, hey, this guy is kind of harassing me, are you going to say that? I'm
not going to say, but I will educate my daughter, because first of all, you'll be uncomfortable. First of all, you'll probably be a little spooked out, but that's not harassment, though.
Is that not a form of harassment?
No, bro. You're dealing with the way you're talking to me is connotative. The way you're talking to me is connotative, meaning the words that you're using the definitions now what they mean. I'm dealing with the legal definitions. Because when you go to court, they're using legal definitions. They're not using connotative linguistics. It's a difference.
When you go to court,
right.
I'm assuming you've been there before.
Right.
They're using legal jargon
They're using legal definitions.
Listen, but bottom line is, it's going to be 12 people if you're in a juror that's going to hear. They're going to adhere to some of the legal definition, but they're going to make judgments based on what they believe and they perceive to be right or wrong.
Yeah, but that's dealing with the ignorance of the people, though. Most people are not educated on the law, so it's just about what they think and this and that. I'm going off the law. I'm not going off how I think, what I feel, none of that shit.
But you're being judged by those 12 people. So call it what you want. You're being judged by those 12 people. Right?
I mean, probably initially, but I'm taking all my shit to an Article 3 court. Period.
Okay, that's fine.
Period.
And still, even if you go talk to a judge, he's still there's some portions of what he does legally is going to be above and beyond what you consider what's right or wrong. You're not always going to be right, Noah. You're not always going to be right. You can have your own principles or your own set of facts that you believe is unjust or whatever. but it doesn't necessarily mean everybody is going to feel the
I don't go. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going off beliefs though. I've been arrested 5 times since I seen you. I've been arrested 5 times.
The time you got arrested, it's documented.
Exactly. And look, you know, every time I get out of jail, why? Because I'm not committing no crime. I don't even go upstairs.
That's not true.
You know.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
If you're getting arrested every single time.
5 times.
Okay.
And I can name them all.
Okay, listen.
What?
You're not getting arrested unjustly, because if not, you'd have 5 lawsuits pending against the city or county, whoever arrested you.
Okay, now
right?
let me. Now, if you want to file a lawsuit, right? Don't you have to know how to file paperwork? Don't you have to know how to submit paperwork into the court record to even get your shit heard? Or you gonna hire a lawyer, which most people don't have the money to do. Like I said, so when the police violate you, and you want to file a lawsuit, like you just said, you're going to have to either know the legal proceedings or you're going to have to hire a lawyer. Most people with low income, they're not going to be able to hire a lawyer. So that's why when they get arrested, the shit just get thrown out, or they just take a plea deal and now they in the system. A probation, parole, then they're going to violate that, now they go into the penitentiary. Because all for what? You give an unlawful request because people don't know the law and they don't know how to defend themselves, which is the whole reason why I'm recording the police. Because y'all stay trying to jam niggas up for no reason, because people don't know the law, and it's a difference between your connotative linguistics and legal definitions and the weight that they carry, period. When you say harassment, people use that term so loosely. That's not harassment. Harassment is a continued course of action. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. You can go to Bouvier's, you can go to Ballantyne's. I fuck with all the law dictionaries. I don't be out here just out here, I'll study and then I come talk to y'all, period. That's what I'm saying. Me talking in public is not interference. You have to literally be able to turn and say, "Oh, you're in my space." Like you have to turn and focus your attention on me, not me talking. And oh, I don't like him directing his questions to me. Now I'm about to jam you. Go over here because you're crossing the line. I'm about to jam you up, or he's about to do something next. No, bro, it don't go like that, bro.
Okay, you don't have to agree with it, but I disagree. Okay,
yeah, that's why y'all keep violating people.
Well, have I violated you yet?
You tried to, bro. Like I said, you chased me, bro. If I didn't wiggle away from you, bro, I wonder what you would have did. I should have stayed right there.
You should have.
Yeah, I should have. Because you were feeling bad that day, for sure.
You know, I've been doing this job a whole lot of years.
And I'm pretty sure you don't have people. I'm pretty sure you don't have people calling you on your shit either. Period.
I'm sure. Listen,
you probably got them cussing you out, but you don't got them calling you on your shit though.
No, let me tell you something. I do what I believe is correct, and what this job tells me is correct.
What this job tells you is correct.
As far as my job performance and my function and what I do, I don't do anything to violate anybody's civil rights. I try to be respectful, and every time you've come up to me, with the exception of that one time, and I've seen you another time even since then, but you don't remember. But every time you come up to me, I've always been respectful. Even at this moment, when you just kind of like made sure that you wanted to be heard, even though I'm telling him I'm having a private conversation.
Because you can't have a private conversation in public, bro.
He his head inside my car, and even by your own definition, he was inside my car trying to talk to me, and you still decided.
But is this the investigation though, or are we in the public? You don't have no lights on, so it's not an emergency. So you telling me just because the police is here, if you're right here, I can't stand nowhere by this car because you're doing the investigation?
That's not what you did.
But I'm asking you though.
No, that's not.
So you being here means I can't be anywhere around this car.
I didn't say that.
So what's the issue then?
The issue is the gentleman told you that he.
Okay, he told me, but that doesn't mean anything because we're in public though.
Okay, but he stepped into he's put his head into my car, and you just dismissed him and came into my car so that you could be heard. You even admitted, if you go back and look at your video, that you admitted you were wrong.
Yeah, I said I came close, but now thinking about it, what crime was that? Was that probably a little disrespectful, a little rude?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't say everything is a crime. You keep making everything so black and white.
Yeah, because that's how people perceive shit when they deal with the police. If y'all tell people something, that's what they take it as law. They don't take it as, oh, I have the option where I could choose not to, or I could. No, if the police tell you something, most likely they're saying